Alright, so if you have a bunch of missing drivers on this Acer Spire 5, as you can see in the device manager, we have all these missing things. Most of them are Intel based things and stuff, but basically this is what you do. This specific model, if we flip this over, you can see it's an Acer Spire, this model N19H2, but the actual model number that you need is this A514-52K. You don't need the last four numbers because I'll show you why in a bit. So if you go in here, you go to support. So if it's too small, it's going to be in that menu. Otherwise, if it's expanded, you can see the supports here. But again, if the website's too small, then you have this little menu here. You press there, go to support. It's going to bring up this little search thing. Type in the model number, which was, did it delete? Oops. Okay, it was, what was it? A514-52K, all right. A514-52K. All right, so you can see it doesn't give you the last four numbers, so it just stops there. So we're going to go to that. And depending on what model you have, you're going to probably have to get different drivers. But here you can see what we're going to need. There's a lot of drivers here. This is Windows 11. They don't have Windows 11 specific drivers, so we're going to have to use the Windows 10 ones. And here you can see they have all of these. I'm pretty sure we're going to need the airplane mode one. We probably don't need the audio one because we already have audio here. But if you want all the original drivers, you can do that. I'm pretty sure we don't need Bluetooth either. Alright, audio console, we probably don't need any of that. Go away, what just happened? Okay, so we'll probably need the chipset driver, okay? We'll need this dynamic platform and thermal framework driver. I don't think this has the fingerprint reader, so we don't need to install that driver for this one. We'll probably need the G sensor driver. That's like, it detects if the computer is shaking around and then it locks the hard drive. If you're using an SSD, then it's not going to do anything, but actually I don't know what will happen. Maybe it will think it needs to lock the SSD as well, so maybe it's better if you don't have that driver, so that way if you shake the computer around, it's not going to stop it from doing stuff. We'll probably need the Intel Software Guard extension. Basically just download all of these. Okay, we're going to need the serial IO driver, and then we probably won't need the Intel Rapid Storage driver, but we'll install that anyways. Possibly the Intel Smart Sound. Okay, and then the touchpad. I'm not sure which touchpad this has. There's two types, Lantec and Synaptics. And then also the video card. This only has Intel, but you can download both and try them if you want. I don't think we need the turbo boost. But anyways, once you download them all, I downloaded them all and then put them all in this driver folder. Okay, so let me see. You see how many unknown devices there are? To install them, just right click or two finger click in this case, and then just say extract all, and then just extract, and that will put it in the folder directly into the same place where it is. You can open this and then just run the install. Okay, let's see if it actually does anything here. I don't think it's gonna, we'll see. I don't know if that's a necessary one for this. Yeah, I don't think anything happened. Anyways, we're going to close this one. Next, now you can see we have the airplane one. If you want, you can toss them as you go. Just get it, toss in the recycle bin. Okay, I don't think we need the audio ones. The BIOS one we can do later. It's not that important. We're going to go to the chipset. This one for sure is going to get rid of a bunch of these unknown things. Watch, okay? Usually the chipset ones are the most common ones that Windows updates doesn't find drivers for. Again, hopefully these drivers install, because sometimes they'll detect, oh, you don't have Windows 10, and then it's not going to want to go. But let's run the chipset setup. Okay, and let's see. These should disappear as the installer goes. You see this computer's pretty slow, so it's taking a while for it to run the installer, but yeah, okay. Let's see, nothing happened. Eventually it should pop up. There's nothing here. But eventually, there you go. Okay, next. Accept, install. Alright, yes. And we should start to see these things disappear once this finishes. So right now there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, if I counted right. Okay, I think at least 2 or 3 of them are going to disappear. Okay, it's doing stuff. You can see it's trying to... There you go. We'll restart later. Now we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So a bunch of them disappeared. Alright, so the chipset one is done. Again, we can go ahead and delete them as we go. Okay, so we'll throw that. The chipset one. Oops. And toss that. Okay. Next, what do we need? What's this DPTF? I think that one we need as well. Once it opens, it should kind of tell us what we're installing. Okay, so this is another Intel thing. We're going to run the setup for that. Oh, popped up that. Click yes. Right, Intel Dynamic Platform. Yes, we're probably going to need this one. So we'll just run that installer. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. Oh, wow. That made a whole bunch disappear. So now there's only 2 left. Okay, that's definitely one of the important ones. We'll finish that. Alright, so much manual driver installs for this. Alright, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Again, you can install the other ones if you want. They're not necessary. And I don't think this has fingerprint. Okay, let's see. I think the G sensor one is going to be one of them. This was pretty common on HP computers. Again, this is a Acer Aspire, non-HP, but okay, what is this? I'm going to tell it to run anyways, so I had to show more info. I'm going to run anyways. Let's see. I don't know if it's one of these, but we'll see. Maybe not. Nothing happened. Oh, actually, something happened, but it didn't make it go away. So, okay. I guess that wasn't one of them. You can always keep the driver just in case, and then you can manually browse. But it looks like that wasn't one. Okay, let's try Intel GX. Sometimes it doesn't auto like install the driver, but I did see this thing like flash and refresh. Usually if that refreshes, that means it did do something. Okay, is there a setup file, or do we just gotta click the setup or the install? Okay, I think we just gotta click the install batch file, and let's see what happens. Is that gonna get rid of anything? No. Okay, so no, the Intel SGX thing didn't do anything. So we'll close that one. Also, again, I don't know. Okay, so let's see. The IO drivers one I think is for sure one of them. So we'll extract all, extract that. Somebody calling me right now? It's like past midnight. IO drivers. All right, we'll run the setup. Yes, run the setup. Next. It's always these Intel drivers that don't install automatically. I don't know. Right, Intel Serial IO. Pretty sure this is one of them. So we'll see. And come on. Still installing. And there we go. We'll restart later. Another one disappeared. Okay, what's the last one? Is it going to be the Intel Rapid Storage thingy? Possibly. We're going to also need the touchpad. Again, I'm not sure which it is, but okay, we're going to do the Intel Rapid Storage utility one. I don't think it's going to be the utility one, but let's go ahead and do it anyways. Where's the setup? There's no, is it this or is it this? I think it's this. Is it going to install an app? Memory. Okay. The, whatchamacall. The BIOS did require me to run it in Intel Optane non-RAID mode. So it's possible that this might do something, but I kind of doubt it. Alright. Anyways, let's do the IRST Intel one. Extract all. Okay, We'll run that guy. Where's the setup? Alright, I accept. Next. And okay, the application just failed to launch. Anyways, let's run this installer. There's a setup, but that doesn't look like a normal setup file, so I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. You're about to be signed out. Oh no. Is it going to auto restart itself? Shoot. Press any key to continue. Oh. Okay, that's going to restart itself. I guess we'll have to wait till it's back. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. We still have one more that's not going, so let's go ahead and see. Is it the Intel Rapid Storage thing? That's the only thing left, I think. So extract all. Extract. Now let's see what happens. If it's not that, I'm going to have to figure out what else that could be. I might have to do it the manual way where I check the hardware ID. I'll show you that if you're not sure how that works. You basically just Google the hardware ID information and usually you'll get a hint of what it is. Okay, but we'll just install this. Where is it? Isn't that? Is it this? Okay, there's an install. I don't think that's going to be it. Right, let's do it the manual way. We'll right click this, go to properties, and then we'll go to details, we'll go to hardware IDs, we'll right click this, copy. Okay, we're going to open up a web browser and we're just going to Google this thing. Actually, was that it? Nope. It might be, it's still doing stuff possibly. So here, Intel Management Engine Interface, right? So that probably one of those were it because I don't see a normal Intel Management Engine. It's going to be usually one of these Intel Rapid Storage things. But it didn't auto go away, so let's try right click, update driver, browse. And we're going to browse and we're going to go to the drivers folder. Okay, we're going to let it include subfolders and hopefully it will find. Nope. Was there a driver I missed in there somewhere? Did I delete it? No, we did all of those. Okay, so I don't know which other driver is missing there. We did all of them. Let's go ahead and try. Oh, maybe it's still installing. I don't know, it's doing something. Okay, let's go ahead and try the touchpad drivers. I mean, I doubt that's not going to make that thing go away, but I'm going to try installing the touchpad drivers because I want to get full touchpad functionality. So we'll try the Synaptics one and see if it's that. I don't know if it is or not. Accept, next, finish. It said device updated, but if I go to, oops, we already have it open, right? If I go to mice, it just says HID compliant mouse, so I don't know. Let's go ahead and extract the LANTech one and see if it's that. If not, we'll just give up and be happy with the built-in whatever it is. Okay, let's run the setup of this one. And we might have to go to the Acer website again to see if we can figure out what driver the missing one is. All right, next, accept, next, ready to use. Okay, it says need to restart, so let's restart, and I'll be back again. Okay, so I got my answer. There's a USB mouse, that's why there's two, but this one, if I go in here, detail, hardware IDs, oops, then it should, oops, I have to scroll up, hardware IDs, okay. You can see the so that's Synaptics. So we're gonna remove the, oops, I guess I can just right click, that's easier. Let's just right click the flag, installed apps. Did it install LANTech stuff? Do I need to remove that now? I don't know. No, it's not. There's no LANTech thing. It's just the driver that got installed. Okay, so I need to figure out what this last thing is. Let me figure it out and I'll be back. Okay, so I decided to also extract the BIOS one. Let me show you what that looks like. It just opened another, it looks like it's an application, so I don't have to do it from Windows. We'll do more info, and we'll run anyways. And let's see what it does. I'm assuming it's going to run the BIOS flasher, so let's say yes. Extracting, and let's see. Come on, pop up, do your thing. Okay, so yep, it's running the BIOS flasher. You can see we're on version 1.03 and it's going to update to version 1.04. So let's run that. We'll let it go. And yeah, now I can't do anything else. I'm going to have to wait. Okay, so there we go. We'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so all the stuff I'm looking at, it's most likely Intel Management Engine driver. So I randomly Googled that, Intel Management Engine driver. And it only has a Windows 10 version, so I guess we're gonna download, actually it's showing Windows 11 here, so we'll download this, accept the terms. Alright, we're gonna download that, and then we're gonna run that one. So yeah, it's gonna take a while, so I'll be back. Alright, it's extracting, so we'll have the moment of truth real soon. While I was waiting for that to download, I did update the Bluetooth driver, so it was showing like generic, now it shows Bluetooth USB model, and then I also updated the wireless network adapter. I extracted that, and then I just browsed for drivers, and then it found it and updated it. Alright, so there's that. I tried some other drivers and they didn't do anything. They all said that Windows already had the latest driver. So let's go ahead now and try the Intel, what do you call this? Media or management, whatever thingy this is called. So it has the drivers, it has all these things. Technically, we can just right click this. I'm going to throw this into the drivers folder so I don't have to change the path. But we'll right click that, update driver. Browse my computer for drivers. It's in the drivers folder. Next. And there you go. It's installing. So definitely was the Intel Management Engine interface. And yep, now we have all the drivers. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. I know it was a long one. But yeah, there were a lot of drivers that were needed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.